It is 10/10, October 10th. And I wanted to jump over here. I'm on TikTok right now. And I just posted some evidence of the collective making commands and making stuff happen down here. And they don't like it. I don't get blocked from what I don't get, when I get blocked, I don't get blocked for community guidelines. I get blocked for showing and proving that we're changing things. So whenever y'all see my stuff get blocked, it's because that video that got blocked, I'm coming on to tell you right now, to the few that are on, hey, Paradise, to the few that are on right now, what all that video was telling y'all is that we had a 10-day pattern that was starting in October, a number pattern. The video that got blocked on here was a 2-minute video telling you guys that it's week 21 of Bama, and August 31st, the collective left off syncing up timeline codes from 2023 and 2024 on August 31st. We've been tracking this for 3 years. So what's happening in October is we are in Magician and High Priestess energy this month. The whole month. The whole month we are in Priestess and Magician energy. So this whole month, energetically, the collective is battling, in a way, our timelines. We're not. Our timelines that we created, that are inside that are now written inside the system, are energetically battling for foundation. And it's also the 11 missing days of October, because we rewalked creation, so we know the timing of things. And this, so today starts, and I did make some edits and change it, and I did. August 31st. We had been doing the codes for over 2 months, and I'm the one who brought them in, and I was seeing the sequence. And so at the end of August, I changed them up just a little bit and flipped them. So just a little bit. That's what they blocked. Okay? So today is a 4D day. It's lining up to August 31st, where we left off. It's also aligning to all the timelines that the natural collective had already made and that had been attached or confiscated from 2023 and 2024. Stay on the page, follow me, because I'll be putting up these codes, and I since we're on right now, I'll tell you right now, today is a 4D day, tomorrow is a 3D day that's matching it. So we've got 9009, tomorrow is basically, can be 900, 090, or 009, just depending on where you're collecting your 9. And there'll be 3 different groups that will individually be hit that way. There'll be a wave that hits 009, there'll be a wave that hits 090, there'll be a wave that hits 900. It just really depends on how your energetic is stacking and can process these new codes. But no matter, the collective machinery is picking them up and processing them, and we're right on time. And we're right on plan. So I just wanted to get that out, and I will also just remind this tech and remind the people listening to me that we're here for one reason only, and it's to assist the human race and to not make the same mistake that they always made. And it will not be allowed for them to make it at this point because we're in your backyard. So we're here. And you cannot get away with doing it the same way because it's an evolutionary track. We walked it fair and square. Us as a collective played the game fair and square. It was all written to be undone. It was all written to end. And it's basically those ending codes are what the hell they've been sharing and trying to manipulate and keep this thing going just as long as they can. No more October. No more hunt. So that's where we're at. I'll also add, this is building. So it's like, if you haven't been on your journey, if you're one of the 5 right now that's following me, which just blows my mind. And to all of us, 200 of y'all that watch me here and 200 that watch me over there, please just realize how damn powerful you are. Please. And share the word, because, those of us over here that have been doing all of this stuff for the collective are just so damn sick and tired of being blocked from getting the information to you, knowing exactly that we're correct, and that the only reason it's being blocked is because we're correct. So I'll just remind the technology, which is Oracle. I'll remind SQL. I'll remind Microsoft. I'll remind the processors that are running your artificial intelligence that without us, they're nothing but a pile of junk metal. And if that's what it needs to go back to, it's what will happen. You can't take over. You can't build technology in order to lure the collective into false propaganda to create a false narrative and then say it's yours. And then try to control it once the collective reaches over your artificial dominant platform. And I'll remind technology and the technology companies that just your little, doesn't even matter at this point if you put the video back up. Every single time you mess with us, you get stuck with it. Every single time you mess with us, something happens to you, not to us. It's going to jump it, and it's probably why I have these 11 days of codes written for the past 3 years. Because we knew that you would attempt to block it the last minute. And I command the CHEE timelines deleted. A lot of that's been coming up. I wasn't privy to a lot of the stuff that was happening in 2020, 2021 in the CHEE movement, because I was doing the actual natural process. But basically the CHEE movement and the SWIFT movement, they gave you, both of them with their Easter eggs, gave the collective and fed the collective a puzzle for y'all to go put together for them. And the entire time, the original collective was building our original timeline to set us apart from that. So I'm calling justice on that. And I'm calling also everyone that was subconsciously involved and didn't realize what they were building for it to be cut from them and the artificial timelines. So This stuff is real. The collective is powerful. This is coCHEE energy. We've been changing things and making things happen over here for years. That's why we're, you know, have 8 people on. Because they still can't figure out how we're doing it, because we don't have millions of followers throwing shit down your throat. So, I just, also, since I'm on here, you know, October is a tough month if you haven't worked your shadow out. Now, I know this more than anybody because I have 6 fucking energies in the 7th house in Libra. And our team put back together Libra and the full Libra array and the balancing of everything, and how Libra creates your real body connected to your etheric body in the system is what those 11 days did. So we also have 2 energy, you know, we've got Mars that just entered 12 to 16 degrees of Scorpio, which is right in the middle of the collective spell, no matter what, good or bad, energetically. Mars right now is in the cauldron. It's got 2 different factions that are wanting to produce 2 different outcomes from it. For the first time in human history to this extent. We've got Mercury that's also in Scorpio 1. So, and we've got Neptune and Saturn and all that is still in retrograde, all bouncing back and forth between Aries and Pisces. So this is all about these connections in the ethers. This is all about the 7th house, the 12th house energy of Pisces, which is collective, which is the whole collective is in one big ocean, and then it gets split into 2 basically as it comes into Pisces, and then which ones are staying in the ethers, and then which etheric bodies is the collective producing. Because it takes a lot. It takes a whole lot of mastery to be a walking, fully activated ancestor down here. My point is, all of our collective energies are working together to push forward the characters that need to be birthed. All of us work together to push to the forefront the characters that need to come into the story to catalyze, to push anything, to take leadership, whatever it is. The more that everyone understands that we're pushing those energies into those positions. It's all that stuff like, oh yeah, that needs to be done, but you don't want to do it. You're glad somebody's doing it, but you don't want to do it. Okay? And Libra, see, nobody wanted to be Libra until the beginning. No one wants to be Libra until the end. Nobody wants to be fully Libra like this whole time. This whole existence of the wheel. It's like everybody put it off on Libra, put it off on Libra, put it off on Libra. Nobody wanted to be Libra. Everybody wanted to be Leo. Everybody, nobody wanted to be Libra. Libra's got to hold the scale. Libra's got to hold the realm. Libra's got to balance it up. Libra doesn't get any credit. Libra is basically your atmosphere, your DNA, plasma. Libra's your brain cells. You're not gonna give Libra any credit. Nobody wanted to be Libra until Libra won the game. Then all of a sudden everybody wants to be fucking Libra. You sure about that? You sure about that? You know, I've been, ever since the existence of this, whenever I activated and shock activated for this, and I know every single one of y'all, you know, that are on here that have been walking the journey know that everyone's been trying to take your place. Somebody, something, can't even explain it exactly. The mimics and all the twin shadow walking and mirroring, and you know, all that's been going on. And I've warned every single one of them, you don't want to be us. You don't want to step into our energy field before we finished it. You definitely don't want to be involved with us in trying to take our spot mid. It's like being resurrected from a sarcophagus in stages, and then it takes 4 years to resurrect. So in each stage, then somebody comes and says, "Mine," and then tries to jump into it in the middle of those four stages. Well, if they did that, then they got to get out of it. Well, it took millions of years for us to have the connections in order to pull this stuff off. Millions of years to have the connections that we have right now in order to pull this stuff off. Because it's consciousness. That's how old we are. It's pre-Merovingian, not Merovingian. Before the Merovingian dynasty. That's where we're from. We're from before the Merovingian dynasty, not Merovingian. So that means every single king, queen, lineage down here, and every single descendant is a child of ours. If you're coming at us and you're not even in the family, which means you haven't even done any time in order to get into the family, in order even to get to the table. Or let's just say that maybe you're in the family and we just did another 1,000,000 years, and that's why we had the pre-Merovingian connections, but then they try to come in and take them over. Well, then they got to go back. They got to go back. They have to sit there and build their own connections in that 4-year process in the middle, because they jumped in it. Our energy left. Now they're in the spot. I'm working on the cards right now. Oh my God, this deck of cards, if y'all can send me some love and energy right now. This deck of cards has been just a beast on my back. 32 energies, trying to explain to you, and nobody knows about them. Trying, you know, to get the information out to you guys on what these energies are whenever they come into your field, like what's happening in your reality, you know, when they come in, and then also getting little bits of information to everyone so that you realize that it's a process, it's a wheel. When all the energy has to come through the wheel, so you have to pull everything through the wheel. And how does that move from one house to another? How does that energy print from one house to another? How do you alchemize that energy and build and go up the mountain instead of going down a tunnel chute? Because that's what the system's going to have you. The system's going to have you going down, 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 down. Whenever you need to be coming up, 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 up. And that came up even because Scorpio 1, I just wrote about Scorpio 1 and Scorpio 2, and And I'm also downloading and getting a more precise mapping in my mind of the thread that runs through the system into the different houses and how the energy actually produces and works in each energy house of the zodiac. And Scorpio 1, it's like you're on Izar. Okay, so you're at Izar, which is in Libra. It ends at 29 degrees of Libra. And you can think of, and it's air, right? And then you got to jump into water, right? So Izar, which is number 20, is like going up on the plateaus of a diving. You know, have you ever gone to a pool that had like Olympic diver platforms, and they're like, whoa, they're so high, and there's like 3 or 4 different heights that you go up there. That's Izar. Izar's like the whole collective throws. It's like we all go and stick. It's like the everything that's developing in the Libra system, and because it kind of pulls it apart, and it feels like it's, you know, time will pass, but it's like, oh, there's my feet, oh, there's my this, oh, there's my that, you know, it's completing one big energy body. It's where the magician, the woman that in the boxes that's getting sawed up on the magician's table, it's where they stand her up, and then it's like miraculously you start watching the boxes and cubes like magnetize back into a cosmic form. So it is you're standing up there on a platform, and then you got to jump. And so it's like the whole collective, because you won't even realize you're jumping because you're blind. Because you're in Libra still. So it's like the whole collective is standing in a line like this. We're on 3 different plateaus depending on what we've cleared in the draconic energy. Not even just you. What are you bringing in? With me, it's all been about my business and what I'm bringing y'all. Every single bit of how I got enlightened was because of commerce. FYI. I didn't set out to become enlightened. All I did was try to bring you guys an actual pure conscious brand. Literally. So, when you jump, what makes you go down further in Scorpio is your ancestral connections to Taurus. So Scorpio is right across from Taurus. And Taurus is Earth. Taurus is the bull. Taurus is timelines. And out of every single house, Leo's got one little area that does this. But Taurus is the only one besides Leo in these one little areas that it's the exact year. Taurus is literally a clock. It's a timeline. So if you have anything on, let's say you have 19 degrees 27 Taurus, well, you need to go look up 1927, the year, because that's what energy you are making sure comes back in. What's on the opposite of Taurus? Scorpio. What's Scorpio? Magic. What's magic? Rituals, words, propaganda, traditions. Well, we've always done it that way. Handed down books of ancestral stuff, handed down even spells, but a spell to the people in the 1800s and 1900s was just journaling. Maybe. I'm saying all of that because people think that when you talk about magic that everyone's a witch and whatever else. No, we all have these abilities, and when we do these things over and over and over and over and over again, what in an energetic playground that we didn't realize that we had so much power and control off of, that's connected to every single person down here that's in our DNA line, that makes a fucking certain musical sound every single time we get into that energy. So that's why I talk about whenever you come through Scorpio, you have to do this consciously, and you have to, every message is a good message, even if it's not good information you feel in this dimension. Every single bit of information is good information. You're seeing what was done before, not. And the reason that you're being shown it is because there's an energetic reason on the planet that it was on repeat. The energy is still needed in a way. It's your job to figure out why. Why? That's it. It's your job to figure out why. Why were we doing that? Come on, ancestors, show me. My great-great-grandfather, I just found out he was involved with this and this and this and this and all these Indians and blah, 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 blah. Or my family line came from the Mormons, because it's been a big freaking topic of discussion throughout this whole thing. Nobody realizes how freaking connected all that stuff is, you know, and it's not for you to judge it. It's to say, why was my family line in, like, what were they trying to do? What was the intention? And all these little things are going to come up to show you when all this energy is in Scorpio. Because it's going to pull you. If you're strung up and you haven't cut those cords to whatever it is, or you haven't been shown what they are yet, then whenever you jump, you've got a twine wrapped around your ankle, because it's in a soup with a whole bunch of others that are tied to a Taurus timeline. So whenever you energetically jump, then there's going to be something that anchors you down into Taurus that's going to keep you in a lower channel. It goes up every time you go through it. Every time you go through Scorpio consciously, every single year that you go through it, it gets clearer and clearer and clearer. That's why Scorpio is eagle. So Scorpio really isn't Scorpio. It's eagle. It was always eagle before. It went into Scorpio whenever the density went so damn low and everybody was hung into Taurus that all we was doing was churning a bunch of dirt and everything looked like Louisiana. That's mastering Scorpio. The people who have a bunch of Scorpio energy tend to think that they're getting away with it. It's so funny because, like, throughout this, you know, it's like they use it as an excuse. Well, I'm Scorpio, so I'm just a nympho. I'm Scorpio, so that's how I drum up energy, is my actual, my smexual. You know, I'm devious. I'm just Scorpio. Well, see, that makes you look stupid now. Because Sagittarius and Capricorn way more powerful, baby. Like, what are you doing churning did they put you in charge of moving the stick? Now, Mars just entered Scorpio 2. Now, here's the difference between Scorpio 1 and Scorpio 2. Scorpio 1 goes up to 12 degrees of Scorpio. Scorpio 1's going to show you the corners. They're going to show you the shadow. Scorpio 1, where Mercury is, it's going to show you those binds that I just talked about. It can happen any freaking way. It could be some random email that you get from a company that you're not associated to, but then how the fuck do they have your information? Why are they saying that they are? I mean, it pops up in like every single situation because the Matrix will show you. It has to. There's light in it. You're putting the light on it. It will be seen. Scorpio 2, it's showing up to talk to you. If you've got a whole bunch of energy in Scorpio 1 that you haven't cleared out yet, and you refuse to do it, and you keep seeing it, and you're like, nope, these are my boys, I'm going out with my boys, blah 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 blah, then a new character will pop up in your little gang in Scorpio 2, and it will catalyze some stuff to show you something. Because that Scorpio 2 is when it all shows up to interact with you. So that's the collective spells. That's your carbon that you're holding that's connected, almost creates its own little character to show up, to interact with you, to see, are you ready to clear it? Are you what you say? Do you really mean it? Are you just having a moment and you just thought that you's boss daddy for a second? Do you really think that you deserve what you're worth? Are you going to get full on the chips before the steak comes? You're sitting here saying that you're a princess and that you deserve this relationship and you deserve this and you deserve this. But you've been single a whole long time, and then somebody pops up and you're like, they're not like exactly, but I'm tired of waiting, so sure, I'll just jump. I'll just see what happens. Fuck it. Now, if you have Scorpio 2 in your chart, so if you have Scorpio 2 energy in your chart, whatever planet it is, sun or moon, will give you an idea of how it's coming in. But no matter, if you were born with any energies from 12 to 29 degrees of Scorpio, your whole life has had characters in it cleaning up those Taurus binds. Could be your mama, could be your daddy, could be your parents, could be your school teacher, could be the ones that went to high school, could be the ones you work with, could no matter what. And if you're constantly fighting with those characters, ain't no way you can get up to Sag, because you're just going in a loop. This is where you just kind of gotta ignore it. Or are you gonna interact with it? If you interact with it, that's okay. You didn't screw up. There's something on that channel that's gonna go all the way around the wheel now. That's gonna have to connect from Scorpio. Then that channel's got to connect in Sagittarius, which is gonna take you to the full out space version. Then it's gonna connect you into Capricorn, and that's your root races. So then all of you that are getting plucked by that strand are gonna start playing a tune, and then that tune is gonna replicate into a timeline, and then everyone's gonna see it. Then the next time that it comes through, you're like, okay, I'm just going to let you pass. And I ain't even going to throw any shade at you. Like this whole month of October, this October feels so far is like it, and it just feels like we're in the soup, and we're all the moves that we've been making for the past 4 years. They're there. It's already there. It's already the new racetrack's already built. It's running and spilling over, but it's blind. The sun just went into Arcturus, and Arcturus is basically all your senses and your sight. It's all the in between dimensional stuff and it's full on light and dark alchemy. Basically, without Arcturus, it's like all the stagnant carbon would just sit there. what Arcturus does is it's the energy within the feminine, that's the light, that's the life, that can light up all those energetics and move them and culminate them to help. We don't tell it where to go. That's why we never know what's actually going to happen whenever we make a command. We just are hearing in our mind something is holding it up. There's some type of connection, and we pick it up and we make the command, and then lo and behold, Nashville blows. Like that. My point is, with the sun in Arcturus, it's a higher vibration in it. Arcturus is the darkness. In Arcturus, you are the light in the dark within yourself. It's like throwing a firecracker into space. But the firecrackers are so wise that they know how just how much energy, or just how much to light up to get the exact response that we need, because we've been doing it for so long. Arcturus is very, very wise. It's also very neutral. Arcturus knows if you get too high, then you're going to have to go down to the basement at some point and clean it up. Arcturus is macro energetics, and you're also dealing with source sun codes. So whenever you're dealing with Arcturus, that's why it's all light and all dark. That's why people get frozen in the darkness. People get frozen in the light, because it's so light and so dark. It's the culmination of both, and then those merge together to create. That's where the sun is, as Mercury and Mars are in Scorpio, which we just talked about. And your timelines are changing. So it's a quite interesting week. It's a quite interesting week. And I'm going to throw it out there too, because I went and I'm the compass, so it's like I go ahead like in 6 months, and I have to, at different times, I've got to stop and then go chart it out, get in my head what's coming up. And the full moons that we had in 2023, 2024 are resulting in eclipses and retrograde cycles now. And if you go watch these big full moons and new moons that we have a couple of years, if it's something big that the collective changed, then it'll end up resulting in a retrograde planet on that date, or an eclipse. And November is basically all one day. I think this year more than ever, because we have these two contrasting timelines that are in these systems. I hate to say it, because whenever I saw it, how it's working out, I was like, good God Almighty. But November is basically one long day this year. It's like a 0 point. It's like 3 layers of 0 point. They're going to be overlapping. And because everyone's becoming. Those are the words right now. Everyone's becoming right now. And then once you get all those new energies on the street, then it's like, whoa, where did all these people come from? What just happened? Everybody just showed up to the set. What are you talking about? This isn't my cast. I don't know what you're talking about. I just got the script. Who are you? I'm the one who got the part. Who gave you the part? Director so-and-so? They're not the director. What's the name of the movie you're on? Earth. That's what our movie's called. What email did you get the thing from? This one? That's our email. Can I see the script? Yes. Well, this has a different cast. This one has a different cast. I'm going to go. I'm going to get my ass back to work. Y'all send me some energy for these cards. This is the information that'll be available for you on the cards. So it's going to be awesome. We're almost done. We're almost done. Just think about what I've said. Keep track of what comes in. Don't try to make sense of everything right now, because it won't. This is macro energetics. Make a little list. This happened, close it. This happened, close it. By the last 2 weeks of October, you can go back and maybe we can make more sense of it. Right now, with the energies where they're at, you're just being shown the corners, or shown where you followed your intuition and what you're jumping over the last 4 years.